Have you ever noticed what happens when everything in your life is finally going well? The project is succeeding, your relationships are calm, and your daily routine is peaceful. For a brief moment, you feel a profound sense of achievement. But then, almost like clockwork, a quiet, unsettling feeling begins to creep into your mind. A strange discomfort. Suddenly, you find yourself picking an unnecessary argument over a minor detail. You start worrying obsessively about a problem that does not even exist yet, or you inexplicably lose your motivation and begin to procrastinate on the very things that brought you success. You look at your life and wonder why you are intentionally dismantling your own happiness. This is not bad luck. This is not a personality flaw. This is a highly predictable, deeply ingrained psychological mechanism. You have just collided with your own internal ceiling. Today, we are analyzing a concept known as the upper limit problem and exploring why your mind is secretly terrified of unfamiliar peace. To understand why we undermine our own progress, we have to look at how the human nervous system is actually wired. We like to believe that our ultimate goal is to be happy, successful, and completely free from stress. But your brain does not care about your happiness. Your brain only cares about your survival. And to your brain, survival means predictability. It means staying exactly in the zone of what is deeply familiar. From a very young age, based on your environment and your early interactions, your mind set an emotional baseline. It determined exactly how much joy, how much success, and how much stability you are allowed to experience before things start to feel dangerous. Think of it as a psychological thermostat. If your thermostat is set to a specific degree, and you suddenly experience a massive wave of positive momentum that pushes the temperature up to a new high, your internal system panics. It does not recognize this new, elevated state. So, your subconscious mind automatically kicks on the cooling system to bring the temperature back down to where it feels safe and familiar. This sudden cooling down process is what we commonly refer to as self-resistance or self-disruption. It takes many different forms, but the underlying goal is always exactly the same: to return you to your familiar emotional baseline. For some people, this looks like the sudden onset of imposter syndrome. Just as you are about to step into a larger role or receive recognition, your mind floods you with thoughts of inadequacy, convincing you to step back into the shadows. For others, it manifests as sudden friction in relationships. When the connection feels too secure, too safe, the mind perceives a lack of necessary tension. So, you unconsciously create a disagreement just to feel the familiar rush of resolving a conflict. Sometimes, it is as simple as deflecting a compliment. When someone praises your work, instead of simply accepting the acknowledgement, you immediately point out a flaw or downplay your effort. Every single one of these behaviors is your internal thermostat working perfectly, making sure you do not exceed the invisible limit you have set for yourself. The root of this problem often goes back to environments of emotional unpredictability. If you grew up in a dynamic where peace was usually followed by sudden turbulence, your nervous system learned a very specific lesson. It learned that calm is just a quiet period before the storm. It learned that stability is an illusion. Therefore, when you achieve genuine peace in your adult life, your body physically rejects it. It feels unnatural. Your mind starts scanning the horizon for the hidden danger, because historically, there was always a hidden danger. And if it cannot find a problem in your external environment, it will manufacture one internally. This is why people who are used to high-stress situations often feel completely empty or anxious on a quiet weekend. Without the adrenaline of solving crisis, their mind does not know how to process reality. They have literally become addicted to their own internal turbulence. They mistake the absence of chaos for boredom, and they actively seek out complex situations to feel normal again. The tragedy of the upper limit problem is that it keeps incredibly capable, intelligent individuals trapped in a loop of mediocrity. You take 2 steps forward, hit the ceiling, and then take 2 steps back. You build a beautiful foundation, and then you quietly dismantle it before the house can be finished. You are fighting an invisible enemy that lives entirely within your own conditioning. But the moment you become aware of this thermostat, it instantly begins to lose its power over you. The first step to breaking through your upper limit is to completely change your relationship with the feeling of discomfort. When you step into a new level of success, intimacy, or personal freedom, you are going to feel anxious. Expect it. Do not misinterpret that anxiety as a sign that you are doing something wrong. That discomfort is simply the physical sensation of your emotional capacity stretching. It is a feeling of your internal thermostat trying to pull you back, and you consciously refusing to let it. When you notice the urge to start an unnecessary argument, pause. When you feel the sudden desire to procrastinate on a project you care deeply about, pause. When you catch your mind inventing a hypothetical problem to worry about, take a deep breath and observe the thought without engaging with it. Remind yourself that you are safe. Tell your nervous system that it is allowed to experience this much stability. Expanding your capacity for positive emotion is exactly like building a muscle. It requires time, repetition, and a willingness to sit with the awkwardness of the unfamiliar. You have to endure the quiet peace until it no longer feels like a threat. You must retrain your brain to accept that a good situation does not automatically mean a disaster is pending. You deserve to occupy the spaces you have worked so hard to create. You do not have to pay a toll of anxiety for every moment of happiness you experience. Breaking through your upper limit is the ultimate act of personal mastery. It is the moment you stop letting your past conditioning dictate your future reality. You stop being a manager of your own limitations and become the architect of your true potential. The next time life feels incredibly good and that familiar wave of doubt tries to pull you back under, do not retreat. Stand firmly in the center of your success. Breathe through the artificial panic. Let the temperature rise and refuse to turn on the cooling system. This is how you permanently reset your baseline. This is how you stop disrupting your own progress and finally allow yourself to thrive. If you are ready to dismantle your invisible limits and expand your capacity for profound, quiet power, make a commitment to yourself right now. Stop undoing your own victories. Stay present in the positive moments. Protect your progress. And if you want to continue mastering your internal landscape, subscribe to the channel. Your evolution depends on your ability to handle the peace.